Your anxiety is unstoppable, is endless and never ending because you do not understand these two things. Number one, you do not understand how anxiety is generated in the human mind and in the human body. Do you know how it's generated? If you don't, then it makes sense that you will not know how to stop your anxiety. Number two is, do you know, once you understand how anxiety is generated, the simple step to stop it? If you don't know that, then it makes sense that you will have never ending anxiety. But the beautiful thing is that in the Hindu scriptures, it's outlined clearly and systematically how to stop it. So this is what we're going to explore today, okay? In chapter 16, verse 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, they believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, there is no end to their anxiety. Okay? See what Krishna says. There is no end to the anxiety. Why? Because they believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity. Okay? That means that, first thing first, what are the senses? The senses are the eyes, your nose, your tongue, your ears, right? Your feeling, your mind, the indriyas, right? In chapter 16, in chapter 15, verse 7 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions the indriyas, okay? The indriyas are the senses. The senses are, the six senses are the five senses: the eyes, the nose, the tongue, the ears, touch, and the mind. These are the six senses, right? So now he's saying, Krishna now says in chapter 16, verse 11, to gratify those senses is the illusion. It is an illusion, the bad belief that causes human beings to have endless anxiety is to constantly thinking that I have to satisfy my senses, right? So I'm cold. Oh, I need to do everything to not be cold. I see food. I need to do everything to satisfy my hunger now because my eyes see food, right? Or I hear music. Now I have to whatever, like go distract myself, listen to music, right? Instead of like maybe you were working or you were studying. So your senses turn outwards and create desires, and it is the unlimited, unstoppable amount of desires that keep coming into our mind and keep arising that cause the anxiety, okay? It is not being able to be satisfied with your current situation, right? If you're unsatisfied with your weight, right, will cause anxiety. If you're unsatisfied with your bank account, it will cause anxiety. If you're unsatisfied with your love life or with your family life, it will cause anxiety. The anxiety is caused because your senses are telling you, oh, where I am currently is not good enough. I want something else. And wanting to be somewhere else, wanting to be somebody else is causing anxiety. Okay? So now we understand that it is our senses that are turned outwards that cause anxiety, right? So now we understand what causes anxiety. Okay, it is my mind and my senses wanting something else than it is currently now. Okay, so number two, what heals anxiety? What stops anxiety? Santosha. Okay. What does that mean? Santosha means contentment, being okay with what is currently here. That doesn't mean that if you're overweight, that doesn't mean that you want to be healthier. That doesn't mean if you're in debt, that doesn't mean that you want to erase your debt. That doesn't mean that if you're unhappy in your family life, you want a happier life. But what santosha, contentment, means is we need to be okay exactly where we are, because if we're constantly running away from this situation, if this situation is always where I am unhappy, this is what causes anxiety. I have to learn to be happy here regardless of what is arising. Okay, so that is what gratitude and contentment um, causes us to heal that anxiety. Okay, so even though, let's say, I'm overweight, even though I am deeply unhappy in my body, There are 100 things that I can be contented with. Okay, I have a roof, I have people that love me, I have food, I have money to for my security, I have hot water. So for every one wrong thing that we have 100 things that are going our way. Okay, so we have to learn to be content with the current situation, because once we are content with our current situation, this deep anxiety, this deep restlessness stops. Okay, then we can take the steps to be a little better. Okay, so again, understanding the cause of anxiety is what? Is the senses, okay? The five senses, my eyes, my nose, my tongue, my ears, my touch, and my mind, wanting me to be somewhere else. That causes anxiety. And the healing of that anxiety happens to contentment, being okay with whatever is here right now, okay? The reason anxiety arises is because I am unhappy and I'm trying to run away from the current moment. Okay. And there's this big deal in meditation of being okay with the current moment. Whatever is arising, whatever pain we are in, becomes suffering when we are not accepting the current moment. Sign up for my weekly newsletter if you enjoyed this deep dive. Namaste. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.